Hello and welcome again to Excelsior Trading. I'm Don Carlo coming to you from the Berkshires to my 5 subscribers. Bringing you another watch review. Now, I've decided to review another watch in my collection, and I've made a couple of videos tonight. So I'm still wearing my Seiko Laurel from 1995 with the solid sterling silver case and solid gold bezel. Such a beautiful weekender watch. But the watch I'm reviewing tonight, I'm bringing to you because Vostok has such a classic cult following, kind of like Seiko. I actually noticed that my rare Vostok video got a lot of reviews, so I figured I'll review my one of my first Vostoks, and that is the Vostok Amphibia, the Vostok that Vostok is famous for. A nice amphibia. This is my orange scuba dude, and the reference number for it is 420380. If you take a close look at the dial, these are known as the scuba dude because there's a scuba diver on it. Now, they come in all different styles, and some of the dials just have the scuba dude in Vostok and don't have any any writing, but I actually wanted the one with all the Russian writing at the bottom of the dial. Just because to me, that makes it a little more, to say, authentic. I mean, mine has 3 lines under the scuba dude. The first in Russian says automatic. The next line says water resistant 200 meters, and the last line says 31 joules. And that's all written in Russian. And I wanted that. I wanted that cultural addition, so I don't mind all the writing on this dial. Mentioning its joules and automatic and all that, I don't mind. I actually quite enjoy it. And there's a reason I selected the orange Scuba Dude because it's proven in dive watches that certain colors are more visible under murky water, and orange on black is one of them. So I when I selected one, now we gotta discuss some things about Vostok. I mean, they they used to be very affordable. I just looked it up online, and these guys are going for double the price I paid, 6 years ago. I paid about 40, $50 shipped. Now they're more like 80 to 100 shipped for any Vostok. So just like the times, they're going up in value, and for an in-house Russian movement. Now, things to know about a Vostok. They were created at the request of the Soviet Union. Vostok, the watch company, they took the government contract for the Soviet Union to create a dive watch that was on par with the Swiss counterparts of the time, and they wanted to minimize cost, and they do a lot of things to cut down the cost of their watches retail. One, they don't advertise. They don't advertise one bit. So the Vostok community, us fanboys that collect Vostoks, we're pretty much what keeps it going. There's no advertisement in the world for Vostok. That keeps the cost down. Another thing is they put them on the most horrible chainsaw bracelets on earth that will rip every hair out of your arm. They fully expect when you buy a Vostok that you take the bracelet it comes on and throw it directly into the trash can and put it on a NATO strap or whatever you want, your own bracelet, a NATO strap. That's what they expect out of you. And number three, they give you a kick butt in-house Russian movement, but they do not regulate them at all before the average Vostok leaves the factory. Now, The last Vostok that I reviewed for you, you know, the one that cost me a bit more, that's not available. That limited edition Neptune, that one came calibrated. It came pretty close in seconds to the minute. It only gains or loses a few seconds a minute. But what Vostok actually intends with their base movements is that you actually take the back of the watch off and you poke it with a toothpick and regulate it yourself. And there's a plus or minus lever bar, and it only takes maybe a day or two to just tap it just lightly. I mean, you don't even want to move it a whole millimeter in any direction. You just want to tap that lever on the movement a few times with a toothpick in each direction until you calibrate your own watch. And I have this one. I have one other Vostok that I haven't reviewed yet, my Commandersky, which is a hand wind only. It's not an Amphibia model. But it's got the screwed out crown, and it doesn't have a rotor, so it's a lot thinner. I'll review that video at some point for you. But I just wanted to show you my Vostok Amphibia. You know, this is the watch that started all. This is the one that they invented for the interest of the Soviet Union before it collapsed. You know, this is, like I said, it's my orange Scuba dude, and of course I threw its original bracelet and its cheap plastic container. I threw all that in the trash. I'm a watch collector, you know. I usually keep boxes, I keep original straps, this and that. But with Vostok, eh, you know, it's not really necessary. I mean, once you have the watch, you do what you want with it. The case and everything else is all original. The only thing I changed out was the strap. And I put on this Blushark Nato. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see, but nah, you really can't see it. But they actually write Blushark. They actually write Blushark on the clasp, and it's nice with a brushed finish. It's just a really nice, high quality NATO. And I went with a Bond, you know, the Bond style NATOs for James Bond. But this one differentiates from the regular Bond by having a nice orange stripe in the center. And I thought that went well with this black and orange Scuba dude. It just went really well together. And yeah, you know, like I said, this is my Vostok Amphibia. It runs plus or minus only a few seconds a day because I regulate it myself. Now, normally I don't like regulating mechanical watches. You know, I don't want to be poking around at their movements. But, you know, when I bought this, it was 40, 50 bucks shipped. And I thought, what the hell? I bought the device to remove the back of the case. And like I said, just got in there with a toothpick. Last videos explained to do and got it calibrated to within a plus or minus just a couple of seconds a day. I mean, that's what it's all about. They want to bring you an in-house movement of high quality that you can easily self-regulate. You know, put on your own favorite strap, whatever strap you want. So yeah, you just throw the box that comes in away. You throw the horrible steel bracelet away. And these cases come in brass. This is actually brass and it's chrome plated. It's completely made of brass and it's chrome plated to the nines. I've seen some people, interestingly, take their watch apart and strip all the chrome off of it and just leave that nice copper brass underlying. I haven't done that. I'm not, like I said, I'm not that extreme. I mean, it's bigger to me that I modified, you know, regulated the movement myself. And actually, when you take that back cap off, that classic two-part screw-down cap off, and take a look at your watch movement, you know, which I'm not going to do in this video, but You know, it's got that double screw down cap that's proprietary to them. And a bunch of Russian written on the back. What's it say there? What does it say? Hmm. Mentions the water resistance 200 meters. Something else. Amphibia and automatic. That's all it says on the case back. Yeah. So once you get that case back off and you look at your movement, it's just such a they do use a beautiful movement. I'm pretty sure they bought the movement originally off the Swiss. I don't have the details for this video. But yeah, they bought a movement. A lot of people don't realize that Amphibia has a speed date hack. You don't have to go all the way around the dial twice to spin the date. What you're supposed to do is you keep going past 1 a.m. and then going back past 8 a.m. and then back past 1 a.m. again, and that clicks the date one. That's actually considered a speed set. That was something invented by Rolex so many decades ago. And that was to eliminate having to rotate the hour hand 2 times around the dial every time you wanted to change the day, you know, one click. So it's considered a speed hack mechanism. Another thing that throws people off is the disengaging clutch. When you unscrew the crown, it's kind of wobbly. And the way you get around that is you just pull it, just put a little outward force straight when you want to wind it or change it. You know, you just pull and twist. And that makes it so that the wobbly crown secures and engages with the movement. Now that's called a disengaging clutch. It's actually on this little pivot that lets it drop. And that's so when you screw it in, it's completely disengaged from the movement. So if you were to strike this while you're diving or whatever and damage the crown, you're not actually sending impact all the way into the movement. So that's by design that it has a wobbly crown. And if you own a Vostok, you get used to this. You know how to hold it just right while you wind it or just make adjustments to the time and the date. You just get used to it. You know, it's part of the charm of the watch. And like I said, I really love mine, and I love it on this Blushark Nato. Blushark makes phenomenal straps. Just the quality of the strap just feels higher quality. It's not like your $10, $12 NATO strap that you get off of eBay or Amazon. And they come with these really nice, you know, clasps which say Blushark on them. So I really wish I could get that into focus, but I really don't think I'm going to. No matter how I angle it, you can't read the Blushark on here. Oh, I think you can. Just a little bit right there in the corner. Yeah, right there in the corner. You can just barely make out that it has letters, but it says Blushark, Blushark. And Blushark just makes some phenomenal straps. Only ones out there I've ever seen with the orange Bond NATO. And I just thought that went so well with the design of this watch, like I said, because the Scuba Dude and all the writing are on orange and black. And then the strap is orange with that gray, silver, and black. Yeah, it just pops really nice. It looks great on this strap. So yeah, this is my Vostok that started it all, my Vostok Amphibia, and I'll probably do a video on the Kommandersky model when I feel like it. That one does not have a rotor. It's about half the thickness, and it's half the water resistance. I think it's only 10 bar, but it's got a screw down crown, and it's got a hand wind only movement. So yeah, my initial two purchases were this and the Vostok Kommandersky This is the Amphibia, and like I said, I also have a Neptune, which I've already done a video on. And the Neptune is just really has all the bells and whistles, a GMT hand, a rubber strap from the company, which I had, which I bought the rubber strap at the same time as its horrible steel bracelet, and had it put on by my jeweler, my local jeweler. But yeah, so this is the orange scuba dude, and he's on the dial. And I believe there was a model. I don't know if there still is. I'm pretty sure there is because these amphibians they pretty much make forever and every color combination of dial and all different bezels. And I actually like this bezel, this coin edged bezel, friction bezel the most. Just the simple round bezel with the red dot and black dot, imprinted in it. I actually like this one more than any other model they had back when I bought this like 6 years ago. Honestly, looking at the prices, I can't believe they've jumped so much. I can't believe that a Vostok Amphibia is now $80 to $100. It's practically doubled in 6 years. I can understand it. I mean, I understand the value. I love my Vostoks. I own three. Well, I own four. Technically, I own four Vostoks of different kinds. I can definitely understand why they're now going for 80 or 100. But boy, am I glad I got in on this 6 years ago when these suckers are only like $40 shipped out of China, not China, out of Russia. $40 all day long. This is absolutely worth it. Um, I'm still interested in the country around the $80 to $100 mark. You're still getting an in-house Russian movement, which is just so unique. And the case design that keeps all the water out at pressures up to 200 meters and then some. I mean, some of these have gone a lot deeper than 200 meters and they're still fine. I mean, there's videos out there of Russians strapping these to the periscope on submarines, and the submarines dive and the watch comes up fine. They've got these frozen and solid blocks of ice and they chisel it out, chop it away, and take the watch out, and it still runs fine. Just, you know, these are just like the ultimate beater watches. And very often I wear my Vostok when I want to wear an automatic watch or a mechanical watch, and I'm afraid of some amount of damage, whatever task I'm doing. I'm afraid it might damage a higher end watch. I throw on an Amphibia and they work just fine. I've worn them on vacations and stuff just because I wasn't worried about them. I mean, it's really the carefree watch. I mean, for less than $100, and you throw it on your own strap and you hit it with a toothpick until you get it regulated within a good timekeeping amount. I mean, there's not really much else you can say. I mean, it's just a fantastic automatic watch with in-house movement. They come with acrylic crystals. It's got a very high domed acrylic crystal, and I don't mind that. Like I said, I've gotten minor scratches on acrylic crystals before. You look at them wrong and you scratch them. Acrylic is very soft plastic crystal. But, if the scratches bother me or they're too prevalent, just take a Cape Cod cloth and just rub it around for about a minute and then it's crystal clear again. It's like you've never put a mark on the watch. So, yeah, this is my review of my Vostok Amphibia. Coming up on 20 minutes, so I'm probably going to cut this short here. Such a fantastic watch. I really love it. Anyone that collects mechanical slash automatic watches should have at least one Vostok Amphibia in their collection. Have a great night, everybody. See you next time. I'm signing out.